Harvey Weinstein, the disgraced Hollywood mogul, has found himself in the midst of a rather unusual public dispute, this time involving the New York Times' recent coverage of a legal feud between actors Justin Baldoni and Blake Lively. This latest controversy has stirred the waters, with Weinstein accusing the Times of selectively reporting details in a manner that distorts the truth, and comparing the situation to his own infamous media scandal. At the heart of the dispute lies the It Ends With Us exposé, a piece from the New York Times that centers around a highly publicized legal battle between Baldoni and Lively. The Times, known for its in-depth investigative journalism, has spotlighted the relationship between the two celebrities, detailing a series of legal challenges, accusations, and behind-the-scenes drama that paints a complex picture of the entertainment industry. Weinstein, however, argues that the Times has cherry-picked certain aspects of the story, presenting them in a way that fits a narrative designed to attract attention rather than reflect the full scope of events. Weinstein's own history with the media has been fraught with controversy, ever since the allegations of sexual harassment and assault surfaced against him in 2017, triggering the #MeToo movement and leading to his eventual conviction. His trial and subsequent conviction marked a significant turning point in how sexual misconduct cases were reported, and how Hollywood power dynamics were scrutinized. Weinstein's name became synonymous with the systemic abuse of power in the entertainment industry, and his downfall was a watershed moment for both Hollywood and the broader cultural conversation around gender, power, and abuse. In light of this, Weinstein's comments about the New York Times seem to carry a dual layer of frustration. On one level, he is defending his own reputation, attempting to draw a line between his case and what he sees as an over-sensationalized portrayal in the media. On another level, he seems to be suggesting that the Times is using the Baldoni-Lively fight as a way to continue pushing a narrative about celebrity relationships and legal disputes, all while ignoring the nuances of the individuals involved. Weinstein's specific complaint is that the newspaper, in its pursuit of scandal and drama, has selectively highlighted certain elements of the Baldoni-Lively conflict, much like the way it covered his own case during the height of the #MeToo movement. The comparison between the two situations is undeniably provocative. Weinstein has long been a figure of polarizing opinions. While some view him as a symbol of an old Hollywood power structure that exploited women, others argue that he has been unfairly demonized by the media. His attempt to draw parallels between his own downfall and the coverage of the Baldoni-Lively case is, in many ways, an effort to reclaim some level of control over the narrative that has been thrust upon him. By accusing the Times of misrepresenting facts or distorting the truth for the sake of a headline, Weinstein aims to highlight what he perceives as the dangers of media sensationalism, a problem he knows intimately from his own experience. The case itself, involving two high-profile actors, has already drawn significant attention from the public and the press. Justin Baldoni, known for his role on the popular television series Jane the Virgin, and Blake Lively, a star of Gossip Girl and various film projects, have found themselves in the midst of a legal battle over allegations of misconduct. While the exact details of the dispute remain largely private, the media coverage has been relentless, with many outlets using the lawsuit as a lens through which to examine power dynamics in Hollywood, celebrity relationships, and the broader issues of public image management. Baldoni, a self-proclaimed advocate for mental health awareness and social justice, has built a reputation for his thoughtful approach to issues of masculinity and vulnerability. Lively, on the other hand, has long been an iconic figure in the public eye, known for her beauty, style, and charisma. However, beneath the surface of their professional personas, both actors have been involved in complex legal and personal issues that have attracted media attention. For Weinstein, the treatment of these figures by the press evokes a sense of déjà vu, with reporters and publications seemingly more interested in creating narratives that fit their agendas rather than adhering to journalistic integrity. For Weinstein, the crux of his argument lies in what he perceives as the unfairness of selective reporting. He claims that by focusing only on the most salacious aspects of the Baldoni-Lively feud, the New York Times is contributing to a culture of trial by media, in which public opinion is shaped by the portrayal of celebrities in the press rather than through a fair and balanced examination of the facts. This criticism is particularly pointed given Weinstein's own history with the media, where he has often felt that his story was oversimplified or distorted to fit a larger narrative about Hollywood and sexual abuse. Weinstein's condemnation of the New York Times also highlights the broader tensions between the media and the celebrities it covers. The relationship between celebrities and the press has always been fraught with mutual distrust. Celebrities rely on the media to keep their public profiles intact, but at the same time, they are often at the mercy of the media's portrayal of their lives. In recent years, the lines between news, entertainment, and sensationalism have blurred, with tabloids and mainstream outlets alike prioritizing stories that attract clicks and views over more substantive investigative reporting. Weinstein's comments reflect this ongoing shift, where the pursuit of a gripping story often trumps the responsibility of ensuring that the facts are fully and fairly represented. Another layer of Weinstein's critique may stem from his experience with the New York Times itself. The paper was one of the key outlets that exposed the allegations against Weinstein, leading to a cascade of revelations that ultimately resulted in criminal charges and his conviction. The Times' investigation into his behavior, which was written by journalists Jodi Kantor and Megan Twohey, was a pivotal moment in the #MeToo movement, bringing the long-ignored issue of sexual harassment in Hollywood into the public consciousness. Weinstein may feel that his side of the story was never fully told, or that the media's focus on his misconduct oversimplified the complexities of his situation. Thus, his critique of the Baldoni lively coverage could be seen as part of a larger attempt to call attention to what he perceives as biases or inconsistencies in the media's treatment of high-profile figures. The comparison also raises important questions about the role of the media in shaping public perceptions of celebrity and scandal. While public figures like Baldoni and Lively have significant influence over how they present themselves to the world, they are also at the mercy of the stories that are told about them in the press. In a media landscape dominated by the need for constant content and headlines, it's not uncommon for even the most mundane events to be blown out of proportion, leading to sensationalism that can have real-world consequences for those involved. The ongoing legal battle between Baldoni and Lively is still unfolding, and it remains to be seen how the story will evolve.